Targets seniors, con artists posing as relatives, needing money, tricking the elderly into paying them. It's an old scheme that's resurfaced, and authorities say the number of victims has increased in the last year. Michael Brownlee has a story of a woman who turned the tables on her scammers. Michael.
That's right, Jeff. This is a story that can make us all cringe, that's for sure. There was a happy ending here in Glendale, but these scammers' tactics, they're ruthless and just downright dirty. They actually target the elderly. They pose as grandchildren, I should say, who are in trouble, hoping that Grandma and Grandpa will dig deep into their pocketbooks.
You have one old message.
Actually, it's a recorded conversation.
But how much do you need?
That's 81-year-old Dolores.
Maybe you wouldn't recognize my voice because of the cold I've got.
And that's the scam artist who called last Friday, posing as David, her grandson.
It was very unusual.
Dolores has 5 grown daughters, 11 grandkids. None of them are named David.
I finally knew that it was a scam.
Well, as David claims to be in Quebec, there was a wedding on Tuesday, a car accident on Tuesday night. He was behind the wheel of a rental car. This is a story he says he doesn't want Grandma Dolores to share with anybody, not even his mom.
I failed my sobriety test. I got arrested on the spot.
The sob story continues. He tells Dolores he won't face criminal charges, but has to pay $4,200 to get the rental car fixed. He wants Dolores to wire the money. Wires aren't traceable.
It sounded like he was whining. Didn't you think so?
You wouldn't be able to help me out with some of it?
And you're not good with whiners, huh?
No.
I don't know how to help you, but no, I don't have that kind of money. Hey, Joe!
End of messages.
Well, so many elderly, they don't know it's a scam. They get scared, I think, and they bewildered.
Bewildered, Dolores was not. You played him at his own game.
Well, in a sense.
But the elderly, usually the targets are built out of thousands every single day.
This is David.
But I was really angry with it. This world is different than it used to be, much different.
The con artists sometimes know relatives' names, or they trick those seniors into giving up a grandchild's name. Now, Canadian officials have also reported this to the Federal Trade Commission. In fact, they've established a group called Phone Busters to help grandparents receiving those fake calls. Jeff, Susan?
Hey, Michael, I know you and I talked earlier, and I told you that this exact scam this last week happened to my mother and father. And the amazing thing was that they did know a lot of information, and you've learned that that's not unusual?
No, it's not. In fact, in this particular case, Dolores actually dug deep into her memory. And, during the initial part of the conversation, became a little confused, wasn't quite sure if it was David, her grandson, or David, another relative that perhaps it was calling. But as the conversation sort of progressed, she realized that it was a scam. But a lot of times, these folks already know the information.
Exactly. And just to all of you, just a warning, because it did happen to my family. In this case, they not only knew my son's name, they knew the affectionate term that my children call their grandparents. And I have no idea how that happened. But to all of you out there, beware. This is a very detailed scam. Michael Brownlee, thanks very much for that report.
Sure thing, Jeff.
All right.